So today we're going to be talking about how to log in into your phone system. Well, this system is a full PBX where you will have access to configure your phone number, where you have access to configure your extension, set up extension, set up auto attendant, the ability to upload your own voice, and so on and so forth. We'll go over the detail. But today we're going to be covering how to log into your account. After you sign up, you should have got an email, a welcome email that has the link where to automatically sign up. If you already got the email and set up a username and password, go ahead and you start using that username and password. I'm going to put the username and password for this account for demonstration. You will have your own username and password. So I will begin by putting the password. If you don't have your password, go ahead and click on the forgot password link, forgot login and password, and you will get a new login and password once you click on that. So the system will ask you if you want to save this password. Go ahead and say yes if you want to save it, save password, or not now. If you had an area where you don't it's a public computer, you don't want to save your password there because this will give you full access to your phone system. I'll go ahead and save password because this is a safe computer. I have no problem setting up the password. Well, right now we're on the first page, which is the main screen of your phone system. Again, this is a full PBX system. Your phone system will have the first icon will be inbox. This is where you'll be getting your voicemail. This is the inbound phone calls where all your inbound phone calls will go in. Right now it says I have about 67 inbound phone calls. We'll go over the calls later. Here, if you just hover your mouse over to the icon, it tells you exactly what the icon means. This would be outbound phone calls that you make in your phone system. And here you have your extensions. Again, our system is based where you can have multiple extension. You're not limited to how many extensions you have. So in any other plan that you sign up with, you have multiple extensions, and I will show you how to how to set up the actual extensions. Um, Moving down the line, you have tools. Again, if you move your mouse over the icon, you will see the information there. This is where your tools are located, and we'll go into tools and see what tools are available for you. Then lastly, we have settings. Settings where you have where your phone numbers are located. Again, we'll go over each section one by one. So let's go to inbox where you have your voicemail, where if anyone did call you, this is where your voicemail would be located. So has the system uploading the voicemail, depends how many voices you have or voicemail. You see it. See here it says all messages. This is where all your messages are. Now in the system, you could categorize how you want to see your voicemail. If you want to see all your voicemail, you could get and click on all. Or if you just want to see the new voicemail, you could get and click on new, and the system will start showing you just the new voicemail. Now, in the type, you have the voicemail or faxes. Now, the system is set up where you could actually get fax as well, or fax that you are sent. So here you could set it up where you just want to see a voicemail. You're not interested in seeing faxes. As you can see, as I'm selecting what I want to see, the system is actually doing the work in the background and sorting out what I want to see, what I don't want to see. For example, for this illustration, I'll go ahead and click on fax, and it's going to look for faxes. If I have any, it will be listed any fax that I have. If I don't have any fax, like so, it will show it as there are no messages to view. So we're going to go ahead and put voicemail so we can see the for this illustration, so you can see where your voicemail are. And of course, from, let's say you want to search a particular voicemail, you could type in the number and it'll show up. And of course, the time frame. Or if you just want looking for today voicemail, last yesterday, of course, the last week, and so on and so forth. You have the ways of differentiate. You have a way to look and see which ones you want to go with, and categorize your voicemail. Extensions. There you have, again, the system is equipped to have multiple extension. Here we have X amount of extensions. Your system could be different. It depends how you set it up. So here in the extension, I could, as you're checking your voicemail, you could check whether or not you want to see a voicemail that for extension 0, or if I just want to see a voicemail for extension 1. I go ahead and click on extension 1, and again, the system is doing the work in the background and categorize for, or sorting out voicemail for extension 1. And of course, if you want to listen to the voicemail, you could go ahead and click on the play icon and start playing the message. On the far right to the name of the extension, you see where you add note. You could add a note to this voicemail. For example, I said I will call back voicemail. And if I put the note there and save, it's simply going to put a note right here so I know what I've done with this voicemail. So let's say you have you run in the call center, you running out of sales, and you got a voicemail. You want to put a note saying this is what the voicemail is all about, and whether or not you want to call it back. You could put anything there for the note. Of course, you could just change the note however you like to. For example, I would just change it and save. And of course, when I do that, it's not going to show the note anymore. Now, you have the options of download the voicemail or forward it to an email, for example. If I click on forward, it's going to say the email address that I wanted to forward it to and what message I want to include with that. It's great if you, again, your system, it's a way to organize your phone system, organize your messages. So if it's a message that I think is very important, not only that I want to forward it to an email, but I want to put a note along with the message, because as you start forwarding messages, you might end up having a bunch of email message or a bunch of voicemail. You don't know who's who, what they are for. So if you sort of do that for your sake, in the long run, this will be beneficial to you. And of course, you could get, if it's a message that you don't want to keep, you could quickly delete the message. I won't delete the message here, but if you want to, you could go and delete it. It will ask you whether or not you want to seriously delete the message, and of course, you confirm yes, I do, no, I don't. Now, let's say you have multiple messages you like to delete. What do? Do you do it one by one? No, you click on the select button, and if you want to click all messages, and here in the action, you have the action of saying mark as seen or mark unseen. And now a mark on as seen means that you've already checked the message and you already view the messages. So that's pretty much what that does. Now we're just waiting for the system to finish loading and applying the change that I want to apply, and moving to the next section. So the next section, we're going to be talking about inbound calls, how they're displayed in the system, and how to navigate the system. And okay, as the system doing its thing, we're going to go ahead and move forward to inbound phone call. Of course, as the system doing its thing, it's going to tell us something is going on. Should we stop the process in the background or keep going? You could click OK. It's going to keep going. No worries. The system did not crash. So it's good. So if you notice, right here at the bottom, if you're actually stuck at anywhere you are, you go ahead and click on message, and if you click a message here, someone will get back to you or chat with you right away. Right now, yeah, and of course you could sign in and send message to support, and you have a live support that will help you navigate the system. So that's always available for you. Now, in the inbound calls, you see all the calls that the caller, the person who called you, and the call made to, and if actually went to voicemail, if you missed the call, or whether or not the call got connected. So for this call that happened on the 12th of April, the call got connected to the main number, which it says men, and it lasted 2 minutes. Of course, the call before that went to the it was a missed call, went to extension 0, and it lasted 2 minutes. And the one before that, it went to the main number, forwarded to extension 3, lasted 3 minutes, but that actually got to a voicemail. um, so, and then of course, right there, you could actually, the beautiful thing about this, see the little I, which is the little stand for information. You could go ahead and listen back to the message right then and there, which is very convenient icon, which a shortcut, because you don't have to go back to the voicemail. You could go ahead and listen to your voicemail right then and there. You could download the voicemail as I just did now, and download the message, and it will just download for me. If I want to play it, I'll play it. I don't want to play it, so therefore I keep it that way. All right, so let's move forward. This is about inbound phone calls, and of course you could do the same thing. You could sort it out on the type, sort it out to connect a call, missed call, fax, or voicemail. And the time frame, you could change, sort it out to whatever time frame of the phone call you are looking for. You have today, yesterday, last week, and so on and so forth. Of course, you could sort it where you were looking for a phone call that came from a particular phone number. You could go ahead and put that number here, and the system will search the number for you. Of course, you have extension if you want to know what call went where. And I wanted to only see extension 0. As you can see, the system is doing this work. And as soon as you click on something, the system is automatically working and looking for, searching for what you are looking for. And of course, now I'm only seeing calls that made to extension 0. All right, so we go ahead and move forward to outbound phone calls. So outbound phone calls, again, those are calls that you actually made in this system, using the system, whether or not you use the app or you have an actual device. You can see all your calls that you actually made. Right here, there was a call that made, and it was made to voicemail. So of course, there's nothing there. And there was a phone call that was made going to this number, and the calls were connected. And if I wanted to listen to the call that were connected, I could go ahead and click here, and it will play the recorded phone call. Of course, I have the options of download it or forward it to wherever I want to forward it to. So that's perfect. So again, for the outbound phone calls, now because the calls were made, I could go ahead and check what number did I call, or how many times did I call that number. For example, let's say I called extension, it looks like I have 1400, and I want to see calls that were made to 1400. Of course, I did not put 1400, I put 14. Okay, that's it. The system will only take or do whatever you type in here. Perfect example. So 1400, it's going to show me calls that were made for number to 1400, and it tells me whether or not there's a recorded phone calls, and listen to it if I wish to do so. All right, perfect. So let's move forward. I think we got this thing covered, and let's go to extension. This is where you will be doing most of your work and setting up your phone system, what you cannot do with that phone system. Again, this is a very robust system. There are a lot of things you could do with that. I will walk you through the whole process. Again, this icon is always available here. If you have any questions, feel free to send us in a quick message. You stuck, you need help, and we'll walk you through the whole process. So you will never alone, and our tech support open 24/7 via email, our chat, and our phone support is open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. So at extension, see the way that our system is set up here, extensions are spread out, divided into three. We have department extensions, we have employee extensions, and of course we have other extensions. I'll go into detail which the extensions are and what they do, what they don't do. So we have department extension. For department extensions, for example, you have your sales department, your support department, your customer service department. You could set it up that way. For example, extension 0, we call it new extension. You could call it whatever you want to. You could, let's say you wanted to change that, or you do a click on edit, and I'll show you one extension. Pretty much the setting is the same thing for any other extension you have or you want to have. So let's go for extension 0. Typically, most people want to call a business, and they'll get frustrated, so they'll hit 0 so they talk to a live person. Usually that goes for the operator. For your business, this could be something totally different. Now, so the first part of it, we have again a lot of great features that come with your phone system. You have call recording, you have ring in and out, and I'll talk to you about what that means. And of course, you have forwarded calls and voicemail. All of that is included, and there are other tools that are available and the website and your phone system. I'll go in details with that. So let's go to ring in and out. We have a beautiful app that I suggest you all use to make call out using our system. It's just beautiful. The voice quality, it's excellent. It supports Android or Apple device, so there's really no excuse. And we do have an app you could download for your PC. When you go to our website, when you go to app, you'll be able to actually download the PC version of the app. But so that's there, and it is available for you to do. Now, the the other thing that we should be talking about is so after you download the app, you'll be downloading an app called Mobix. I'll go ahead and click on the link so you can see what it looks like. And it's called Softphone Mobix Solutions. You could click there, and the Apple device is the same icon, the same logo. You could download it and check it out, guys. It's beautiful. It's just an excellent software. After you download it, you get a QR code where you could just scan it. You don't need a password, username and password, because once you scan that, it automatically will provision for you, and you'll be able to actually start making phone call within seconds. So, and this is on the caller ID section. It shows you your phone number. That is the number that you purchase, and that number is listed right here for you. Right now it says status offline because it doesn't mean that the extension is not working. It only means that you're not using the app, or you don't have a device connected on that extension. But once you actually have an app, this will be as online, not offline. Let's go to forwarding. So forwarding, again, our system, you could have multiple numbers forwarded to. For example, for extension 0, we have a system of phone number, our account set up for 1402, 1403, 1404, 1444, 1407. You can have all of that. And for this example, we actually have a phone device connected to this, and then the 1402 is it's the actual account number for it. And if you wanted to set up a phone number, all you would have to do is click on edit. Once you click on edit, you can go ahead and click on the forwarding number. That would be a drop down menu, and if you click on that, it says number, because the 1402 was not a lot of characters. That is why you couldn't see the whole word that says number. Now in our system here, whenever you are going to send, you're adding or making a phone call or making phone calls, you want to put 1 in front of the number plus the area code to make call out using our system, using your phone system. So if I wanted to make a call going to a 954 number, for example, would be 880-1212, and I would go ahead and click on save and close to take the take the change. Now here, if you pay attention to what it says, forwarding options, here it is set up where as soon as the call is made and connected to extension 0, it's going to be connected to this phone number. Once the number start ringing and you pick it up, it's automatically going to, you'll just have to answer. Now if I set it up where it says call will be announced when you pick it up, it means that whenever you get a phone call using our system, the system is going to announce the phone call. It will say you getting a call coming from extension 0. Do you want to take the call? Or 1 to take the call, 2 to send to voicemail, 3 is to listen to the phone number of the caller. And you do have the option of press 1 or send to voicemail. Now if you press 2, it would not go to your cell phone voicemail. It would only go to your phone system voicemail, your business phone voicemail, which is great because you don't want your customers to hear that you are functioning out of your cell phone. So using our system, you're always in your office. That is the idea. When you make call out, the number that's going to show up, it will be your business number, not your personal number. It will be only your business number. So that is how it works. Now for this example, I'm not going to change this number. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Just to make example of an example. So let me go ahead and I'll put the number, and to show you how it works, and I will click on save and close. And click on save and close is going to accept the phone number. It looks like it did, and it looks like this is for provisioning department. And so if someone was to call the main number and press extension 0, so all these phone numbers will actually start ringing along with the number that we just add. So we're going to change it back to 1402, and of course you could put whatever number you want to as you set up your system, and save and close to take the actual setting. Now the email, this is where you get attachment. For example, when your customer call and they did not reach you, but they reach your voicemail, you have the options to get no notification. That's this for what none is for. Forward, you will get a forwarded voicemail. And notify, you will just be notified that the voicemail, you got a voicemail or copy. The difference between forward and copy: forward means that the voicemail will just be forwarded to you. It would not be sit in the phone system. Copy, you get a copy of it, but you always, when you get logged on here, you still get your the same voicemail that was copied to your email. So, and you can set it up and make sure you don't have any space in between. Otherwise, the system will give you an error that you have a white page or white blank or white space. So you want to make sure you don't have any space in between here. Beautiful. Okay, let's go to greetings. This greeting is the greeting for your voicemail. For example, before
Thank you for calling.
So when your customer reach your voicemail, this is what they're gonna hear before they leave a voicemail for you. You could upload that by clicking on new greeting. You can record your own or upload a greeting that you have recorded, or something that we recorded for you. You could upload that there. Um, Login information. Well, your phone system is very robust. It is designed for small and mid-sized business, where you can give access to somebody who works for you and only give them access to extension 0 or to any extension you want to, or if you just want them to have basic access, not admin access, you could go ahead and choose whether or not you want to give them admin access. And here you could decide which extension you want them to allow to have, and if you want them to have auto extension or the extension that you want. For example, right now it's not going to show 0 because we're already working at extension 0. Okay, perfect. So we're not going to do anything here because nothing is needed to be done. So that's it. This is covers the department extension. Again, you could change the numbers. You don't have to put 1, 2, 3. You could have 1 and 5 and 7. You can skip the numbers. It does not have to be 0 or just 0. Of course, 0 is set up by default. The extension 8, you cannot have extension 8 for department extension, because here, if you could see, at other extension you have the extension 8, and that is for dial directory. Dial directory is for if you have multiple people work for you and you want your caller to dial by name, and they will dial 8 plus the 3 digits correspond to the name, the surname of your the people that work for you. Okay, so we have an employee extension. That is a 3-digit extension. If you notice that department extension, it's only a single digit. This is a 3-digit extension. You can set it up by click on add extension and add multiple, as many as you need to. And of course, right here, um, as I click on add extension, automatically add extension 701. And of course, I'll show you, you could go ahead and change the number. Extension 701 could be changed to whatever number you want to, or you could just disable it. Um, okay, so that again, the settings are about the same. You have the forwarding, you change it to whatever number you want to be forwarded to. You have the email, that's the notification, whether or not someone leave a voicemail for you, and how you want to receive the voicemail. You want to be forward, notified, or copy. Well, that's something we already talked about. So we will not go over the same information again. Um, so that talks about the employee extension. Other extensions, we just talked about that. And of course, we have conference. Now, the system is equipped with conference service. That's free of charge. It comes with the service. So you don't have, if you need to conduct conference for your business, you don't have to go anywhere else. You could set it up here at any time and set up the conference room, the conference extension, and the pin number for it. If you hover your mouse over, it tells you exactly what it is you are setting up for. Okay, so that talks about the extensions and what you cannot do with extension. We're gonna hover our mouse to tools. Tools, we'll be talking about what are the tools that are available, things that you could do with your phone system. Now, the phone system is fully equipped to do just about anything you could possibly think of. You could send fax, you could receive fax as well. And of course, we talk about the recorded calls that's available. And you could listen to it right then and there, or you could have listened to it when you went to inbound calls or outbound calls. Conferences are recorded. Now you could turn off recorded calls if you don't want to be recorded. You could turn it off. If you are going to set up your greetings, we're going to be talking about that. It's best to mention calls are recorded, so that way it's more of a disclaimer to protect you. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not in a position to give you any advice, legal advice. You should conduct your lawyer if you are looking for conduct an attorney if you're looking for legal advice. But it is a friendly advice to mention the calls are recorded, as many company like you do. Now, the WebRTC, our system is configured for you to actually make call using um, your web interface. And of course, it depends on how many extensions you have. If you have multiple extension, of course, you can make call using the multiple extension. I have extension 0, for example. I want to make a call. You're gonna see the dial pad shows up here. I'm on a map. It's telling me if I want to be alert notification. Yes, I do. And if I want to make a call, I can just dial the number that I want to call, and it will dial the number for me as such. That's 156171. Nope. 156157409776. And if I want to call out, and the system will start calling the number for me if I want to do so. So that is it. Now you could have calls coming from anywhere. 0, so all those extensions are available to make call out. This could come useful if you're running your system, your business is based on making call, and you have other people that actually make a call for you, and they are overseas, and you don't have to worry about making calls where it is expensive or international phone call, because these phone calls will be considered local. Okay, that is the WebRTC. And of course, we have dial out numbers and dial out calls. You can set it up. You can set it up where you want to set up. You're gonna call a number and you want to show this number only. You can set it up where when you call it, it's gonna show this number. Call this number and it shows this number. Anyway, let's talk about the tools and what you can and cannot do with that. We didn't go into detail with send fax. Let's go ahead and click on send fax and show you how you could go ahead and send fax using our system. There we are. We go ahead and click on send fax. Waiting for the system to load. Depends on your internet connection. This would load faster than others. So, for example, if I want to send a fax, all I have to do is type in the number. Fax is 1-555-1212, and it will choose the file that I want to send and choose that PDF file. It would take JPEG as well, and I'm going to try to use just a file like that, and that's it. And we'll click on send. It will send the fax for me, and I could go ahead and go back and see the result. It looks like I put in the number wrong. Oh no, I only take PDF, TIFF, JPEG, and JPEG. So it was not the phone number. I chose the wrong file. Let's look for it again. Let's see if I could find something with uh, let's look for a JPEG. Okay, let's look for a JPEG, and then we're gonna send this file. The system will analyze the file, make sure it's the right file, um, and it will be sent over. And it's telling me that because I did the first one, I want to make sure that the factual will be sent successfully. I should wait 60 seconds before I attempt to make a to dial or send another fax. So that's fine. That you do see how it works. Now the link that says add tools, we already added all the tools that we need to add that are available. But if you were to click on add tools, and if once we have new tools available, we'll let you know via email broadcast how we communicate with you and let you know on the newsletter what tools are available, what tools are not available. Now, I did talk about a call recording. It comes default. There's no extra charge for it. If you don't want that, you could go to remove that feature and it will be removed from your phone system. Anything else that you don't want, you could just remove here and there. But all calls are recorded by default. If you want to remove that, you more than welcome to remove it yourself. Now let's go to settings. Settings, going to talk about the greetings, how to set it up, what to do, what not to do. So let's go to greetings. Greetings is over here. Now with greetings, you have the first part, and you have the music on setting. What settings? You see greetings. You see music on hold. The ID numbers. The ID number, it is your phone number. That is what we call the ID. And account, call block, extras, conferences, and users or users you could actually create in your account if you don't have one already. If you want to assign new user account or user access, you could go ahead and create new user under the users section. Greetings, it is just that. You have it set up as main greeting. You have your after hour greetings. After hours greeting, you can set it up however you want to. You could customize your business hour schedule. Here we have it for every day. You can set it up for Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You could add time slot however you want to. Just make sure whatever you do, you click on save so to take the setting or the selection. You have the option if, for example, that you upload a greeting. Here you upload a new greeting. If you want to upload a new greeting, after you upload a greeting, you would like to set up, you would like to send to an extension, you could go ahead and do so here. And click on the greeting and select the greeting you want to play. You could play the greeting right then and there.
Thank you for calling.
Or whichever greeting you want to set up. So once you have one, doesn't mean you cannot change it again. You can change that at any time, whenever you want to. So let's go to the option here. It says if there is no input after greeting plays, transfer to extension, whatever extension you want to be transferred to. So let's say you have extension 3 that you would typically have someone pick up the call if someone don't once the system goes through the whole process and your caller decided not to press any number, and the system will automatically transfer to that extension you want to. Typically we have it set up for extension 0, so we leave it as that. You could change it to however whichever extension you want to that to be transferred to or connected to. Of course, the after hours greeting. After hours greeting will be played and it will go to an extension, whichever extension you want to send to. Again, you could change that at any time. Do not forget to click on save after you make it selection. Save is right on top here. Please be sure to click on the save to accept your saving, your setting. And of course, you have the after hours grading. You could upload your own, or we have it recorded right here online on your phone system. That is for greetings. The music on hold, you can have your own on hold music. We have some things set up right now. If you want to have your own, you could go ahead and do so. That's available. Go ahead and click on music on hold as I did here. It's gonna play music for us. Now,
Thank you. Please remain on the line. The next available representative will be with you momentarily.
it depends. However you want to. You could have your own greeting set up, upload your own, or have it recorded by computer. Okay, using your microphone, of course. Okay. So that, of course, you want to click on save if you do have a new greeting set up. Well, this will be select if you have multiple greetings, select the one that you want to be active or not active. The ID numbers, or again the phone numbers. So you could have multiple numbers. Depends on the plan that you choose. You could have more than one phone number. Now this setting here, again, this is your main phone number. Play main greeting first. It's going to display the caller's number and it'll be notified to this address. Now I could set it up where we get a copy going to this email address, or get notified. And the time zone, you can set it up that way too. You set up your time zone so the system will be synchronized with whatever you put. Because remember, when you set up the greeting, you also set up the time zone of your business. So if you're in the East Coast, you set up for East Coast. You're in the West Coast, you set up your time zone for the West Coast. Of course, if you're in the West Coast, you have your system set up in the East Coast. You could possibly understand the difference of your operation. We are talking about 3 hours difference. So you want to make sure that the setting is changed accordingly. Let's go to account. Account, it is your information here. Right now it says zero. It doesn't no money is owed. The plan that you have set up and the information for the business and so on and so forth. The PIN number, that is to check your message. For checking messages and settings over the phone, you tap in your PIN number. You can set it, you can change that at any time to your own PIN. Of course, if you have invoices, you could go ahead and click on previous invoices, download that. Time zone, again, ladies and gentlemen, time zone, you could change that at any time. Once you change it one place, you shouldn't have to change it multiple places. But the system will keep going with you and show you what time zone you have. Call block. If you want to block a number, you could go ahead and block a number here. Do not forget to put 1 plus the area code whenever you make changes, call out, or making changes to the system. You always want to put 1 in front of the number plus the area code. Again, of course, you want to block an area code, you have the options of doing that. Extras, again, we got to talk about extras. If you want to remove any extra, for example, call recording, simultaneous ringing. If you want to have extension 1 to be rung at 20 phone numbers, you can. If you want to remove that, here you could go ahead and remove it there. Conferences. Now, again, we talked about conference. Now you could set up conference in your system, and this is where you do it. You go to settings and set up conference. And again, conference is set up in a way where you could set the limit. You could have multiple room. For example, I have conference room name. I could set up the name I want, and the time of this conference, the time it finished, the moderator pin, and the user pin. So you have different pin number, and the music on hold. when your participant comes in the room. Advanced configuration, the maximum participant, the maximum duration, the mute options. How, do you want it to be participant can be mute, non-moderator mute by default. You can set it up, ladies and gentlemen, however you want to. Announce name if you want to be an if you want the your participant to announce his or herself. You can do not announce name. That's not important. Wait for a moderator. Announce participant. Lock conference if empty. Single call. However you want to have this your conference set up, the setting is there. It's exactly like any other companies out there. Even more set features. Again, we constantly working to improve our system. Any suggestion, we like to listen to your suggestion. And this is how we make our business better. We work for you, not the other way around. So that will sum up and wrap up the settings of the phone system. Again, should you have any question, here we are just a click away, literally a click away. Click on the chat and we are here to assist you at any time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care.